Men really didn't know who their child was. This is why virginity was valued very high. So from a biological level, it's not about ego. It's just that we want to know if that child is ours. And the woman that displays more purity, is more chaste, the probability will be higher that that kid will be mine.
Body count this, body count that. What's the big deal anymore? I'm playing, or am I not? I don't know. I don't know how I be feeling about body count. I this might be a hot take, but I think body count for men and body count for for women, there's a difference. There's a difference when both have a high body count. There's a difference. I'm not gonna lie. This right here, single mother of 5, says body count doesn't matter. I want to hear her take. We're going to hear Fugazi's take. You hear me? And we're going to hear my take. Let's get into it.
Does body count matter? You first.
I feel like it shouldn't count because anything prior to you establishing a relationship with that person shouldn't count against you. That's being judgmental.
Okay.
So, what? So I feel like anything prior to you building with that person should hold no weight, honestly.
I can give her that. I can absolutely give her that. But it's funny. It's funny that she said that. But then at the same time, let's think about people who have kids, though. If I have a kid with somebody, that's in my past. If I start dating again, or just because I have 5 kids, that's in the past. So, like, what's the big deal? Like, what happened in my past shouldn't affect the future. Well, that's not true because the past can still affect your present. And I don't want to say unfortunately, but if you do have kids in a past relationship, that is affecting your present because the past is still affecting you. Right now, you have to take care of your kid, right? So it's like, we can say it doesn't matter, but there's some situations the past really does matter because it's affecting your present.
For both genders?
For both genders.
For both genders, both ways.
Okay,
Like,
what if the woman has like 100 bodies?
that's her choice. If she wants to display
Right.
she had 100 bodies.
No,
You're not going to know that.
No, we
Okay,
know that's
so
your
like,
choice.
well,
We
let's
get
say
that.
This, though. Let's say if you do know, and let's say you have a son, right?
I have a son, yes.
Would you prefer your son to date a woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4 bodies?
That's entirely up to my son.
No, but you're his mother. What would you? I'm sure you have preferences for your son.
I mean, I do have preferences for my son, but at the end of the day, he's going to choose
but
what he wants.
no one's saying.
Yes.
Of course, I'll be like, you know what?
My goodness. Like, this is how people try to beat around the bush. Yes, of course we know, like, the kids have their own choice. Your kid, if you have a child, at the end of the day, whoever they want to date, that's up to them. However, naturally, forget even dating, just in general, we want our kids to take a certain route. That's like if I ask, would you want your kid to work or be a bum? You could sit there and be like, well, it's their choice at the end of the day, but like, which obviously you would prefer a certain route, okay? Yes, it is their choice, but that doesn't mean you can't have your preference.
I can choose McDonald's, but what would you prefer that a human being should eat? Maybe something healthy. So let me give me your preferences. What would you prefer your son to date? A woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4?
I would prefer my son to date someone with probably less bodies. But that doesn't define a person, actually. That doesn't define who they are. Like, the amount of bodies they have doesn't.
Well, that isn't the question.
That's true.
Right, but I'm
Well,
just saying it's all like, it's a gray area.
Well, no, it isn't gray.
This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I feel like I'm pausing on but like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, you see how she said it doesn't define you as a person? That's true. But still, even though it doesn't define you as a person, you still will prefer somebody or less bodies. Yes, more or less doesn't define you, but still, you would prefer.
The question is super simple. So you just said that you would prefer your son to date the woman with 4.
I'm being him. I'm basically
Okay.
saying everything
Got it.
he's
Yeah.
saying.
4 bodies. There's always a reason to it. You can say, well, it really doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because you prefer the lesser rather than the higher. That's the reason right there. You just prefer that woman had less penises than the woman had more penises, if we're being honest. You can say, well, that doesn't affect her and stuff like that. What actually it did, because one had 40 penises and one had 4. You know what I'm saying?
Shows lack of discipline.
Like think about it. Like a man that has driven 40 cars is a connoisseur. A car that had 40 drivers is a rental. Like it's 2 different things.
So you a rental?
That's
I like that.
It's 2 different things.
We
You
don't
know
want
what I'm saying?
rentals.
We don't want rentals out here.
that's what.
All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of information that was way too personal. So I thought to myself,
Okay.
I want you to go. That's more than
I
enough.
understand the bag.
but
I understand
That's
the bag.
more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed.
The lower, you know what they say, the lower the mileage, the better quality of the car, the more it's worth.
A lot of men look at it as like
Wait, real quick. Before you give me your perspective, give me your answer. So,
my answer.
does body count matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
feel like because a
break it
woman,
down.
you're as a woman is different. A man, you have a, you're sticking it in anything. It's not something that is inside of you consuming. Like a man can inside of a woman, and that'll stay in her for a whole month, even if 6 other men have been inside of her. okay?
Actually, scientifically
So look-
speaking, it's like 5 years. It could be.
Okay.
Do ladies agree with that, or anyone disagrees?
I didn't know
I'm
that.
not saying that nothing's wrong with a girl that has had 40 bodies versus.
Well, no,
a
you
girl.
actually just
She's
said.
not less than, but
No, you
she
actually did
is
explain less than.
different.
So
You explained less.
you would be okay with a man having 100 bodies.
Yeah, as long as I don't got 100 bodies, I'm.
The difference is this.
There's
Show
a
hands,
difference.
ladies.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Actually, no, I'll just speak since you asked that question. I'll make it directly to you. Would you rather date a virgin or a man that's experienced?
A man that's experienced.
Okay, so keep it right there, right? Now, ask me that same question.
Do you want somebody that's experienced, or do you want somebody who's a virgin? You're not a
Virgin.
Virgin.
That's how most
So,
men think because they want.
so the
something they can
difference
control.
is, it's not about anything control. The difference
has
is
nothing to
men are
control.
attracted to purity. Women are attracted to experience. So
I'm gonna just say this. There's those 1%ers, there's those 2%ers, there's outliers to this. I just want everybody to know, genuinely, there are men out here who don't care. There's women out here who don't care about the body count. It's not all anybody this, because at the end of the day, we're all people, we're all humans, and we all have our own opinions, decisions, and preferences. Like I said, I'm not the type to be the preference police. Yes, there's certain things that maybe mass majority are in agreement with. However, it don't be everybody. There's some women who probably prefer men to have a low body count. There's some who don't care. There's some is like, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
we're like attracted to inexperience with many things. It's not to say like, the 304s aren't attractive. 304s can be attracted to men, but only for a short period of time. Generally speaking, the type of girl that a man wants to settle down with would be a woman that's, has minimum experience. What were you gonna say?
But that's what I'm gonna say. Like a man wants a woman that he can do things to that she hasn't had done before. So it's like, if a woman's had all that done before, she's not gonna react how a man is supposed to think
Yeah.
she's gonna react. Like she's gonna react like nothing. Well, that's not fun for a man.
Yeah, like think about it. If you've already
If your reaction is giving, I've already had this done, you're not doing it better, why the hell would a man want to be with you? Their egos control a lot.
no, it's not. It's
No,
it
no,
has
no,
nothing
no,
to
no,
do
no,
with
no, no,
ego.
no.
So why is it
No, I'll
one-sided?
explain. Well, you're not a man, so let me
No,
explain
can
to you
I
real
be
quick.
honest?
Real quick. Let me land my plane. Just
Please.
relax, chill out real quick.
I feel
You've
like
been speaking a lot.
I feel like he gotta relax. But at the end of the day, it's his show. But I feel like this shawty right here has been cut off OD.
just listen
Like
real
let her
quick.
talk.
What you're saying is true on one aspect, but it has nothing to do with ego. It has everything to do with that the man's biology is just much different than the woman's biology. So that's something that you don't. Real quick, let me land my plane.
A
Let me.
woman to be.
No, listen. Let me land my plane. I'm gonna give it back to you. You're gonna speak. You were spitting, and you were on track, but you lost it. You went off track when you started to say ego is involved. It has nothing to do with ego. It's just that from a biological level, if you're a promiscuous woman, then I don't know if that's my child. So therefore,
Oh my
I have
gosh.
stake in a woman.
Men do suffer from this. Yes, men are the only, actually, yeah, men are the only people who suffer from that, because a woman won't ever experience, is this my baby or not? Because the baby's inside of her. Like, if I'm pregnant, there's no questioning this is my child. Like, it's inside of me. Only men actually go through that. I remember I took a psychology class. Like, men, not all men, I don't know what the statistic was, but like, yeah, men go through that. Like, wow, is this baby mine? I don't know. But women will never, ever in their life go through that. Having the question of a baby that they're raising is theirs or not. That's so crazy. I mean, it's like, duh, but just saying it out loud and thinking about it, it's like, wow. You know, and there's like a little bit of privilege in that. And like, I'm actually happy about that. Like, I never in my life had to ever question whether or not a baby's mine. Because it's all my babies, like biological babies, are coming out of me, you know?
That doesn't display characteristics of being promiscuous. DNA test is a new invention that just came out in the 1900s. Before DNA tests came out, men really didn't know who their child was. This is why virginity was valued very high. So from a biological level, it's not about ego. It's just that we want to know if that child is ours. And the woman that displays more purity, is more chaste, the probability will be higher that that kid will be mine.
Can I play on why I say it's egotistical?
Sure, go ahead.
More ego. I'm not saying it's all ego, but it is very ego-centered, because I feel like a man that sees a woman that has been touched, he's like, oh, I can't do what. And that's more so of he can't do for her what she's already had done, because she's already had it done, correct? So if he finds a woman that hasn't had any done, he can control her to think like, oh, he's the only one that can do this. He's the only one that's ever done this.
I understand
It's
you.
very
Yeah, I get
So
what you're saying.
I understand you.
manipulative,
Let me repeat it
ego,
back
like,
so you know.
Powerful.
Okay,
Like,
let me repeat it back. I got you.
No, I know.
I get it. Let me repeat it back so you know that I understand you. You just said that if the woman has already done something before and then she does it with the man, the woman is probably not going to be that excited.
Yeah.
So therefore, the man would have some type of ego about it, like, wait, you did this already with someone else and you didn't do it with me first? That's what you're saying. Do I have your argument correct?
Somewhat.
Okay, what part didn't I have correct? Because I want to make sure I got it
Because
accurately.
there could be times where it's like he's doing something. He wants to be good at this, right? But he's not, just because she's already had that done and better. That's the whole
Done or
part.
better. Okay.
Look, that's the whole part of he wants to do better. He wants to be the best in
He wants to
her
be the
eyes,
best.
and she's putting him as not the best.
Not the best. Okay,
So-
therefore that would be ego.
It's gonna fuck with his ego. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
That
So let me
he's
fully
going to
dispel
then
this.
Try and do whatever he can to.
I get it. Let me fully dispel it. Now listen to this. I repeated your argument back. I actually
what I meant
did.
with
Listen real quick.
no
I actually did have it accurate.
Better.
No, listen. I'm going to fully disprove what you said. You ever been to the movies?
Okay.
My goodness.
Have you ever been to the movies? Yes or no? You have been to the movies. And have you ever been in a scenario where you watched the movie before and then you watched it a second time with your friend?
Where is he
You're gonna hate
going?
me now.
Okay, so you never watched a movie and then you watched it a second, like meaning that it was your friend's first time watching the movie, but your second time watching the movie?
Maybe.
Maybe, right? So think about this here. If you've already watched the movie before and then it's your friend's first time watching that movie, then it's actually very excited the second time you watch a movie because you're enjoying
You already know what's gonna happen.
no, not that. You're enjoying your friend's reactions to the things that you reacted to. So you already seen this movie. You know this scene that's about to come that's funny. You know this scene that's about to come that's sad. And then instead of watching the movie through your own eyes the second time, you watch the movies through your friend's eyes the second time.
Like-
So what I'm saying is, now let's just
Okay.
map that onto a
I could give him that. Or like a different example is, you ever see like a funny Instagram reel, and then like you with your friends, like, or you with your friend, and be like, oh, see this. And like instead of watching the video, you kind of try and see like they're gonna laugh at the same scene. So like I can give him that.
man. When a man is dealing with a woman that's been in a did things with other men, but they didn't experience it, is not the fact that it's ego. He's not comparing like, oh well, you didn't watch the movie with me this first time. No, it's nothing about that. No, it's that you took those first experiences away. Like, so you being excited, you feel a lot of joy when you watch the movie through your friend's eyes by them being excited.
Yeah.
We can't feel that joy when a woman been to this club, she been to this bar, she been to that vacation, she been to this country, she been on that boat. We can't be that first experience of viewing this through our woman's eyes and feeling this joy. So therefore, it has nothing to do with ego. It has everything to do with this chick is too experienced. So there's no wow factor. We're not comparing ourselves to another man.
So does that mean that you feel in
It's appreciation.
Me
It's
as a
bored.
woman, right?
No,
If
stop,
a man
stop.
doesn't see something in me that he saw in someone else, I'm gonna try and be that other girl, you know? Just like that's how. Well, not
No,
necessarily.
that's
men not-
men and women. We're different.
not-
Stop.
You would compete.
Men and women, we're different. Men, we like to be appreciated. That's one of our biggest things. Besides respect and loyalty, we want to be appreciated. So if you've been to Greece,
I don't know, because it's like, is he saying like women don't want to be appreciated? I feel like everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody.
and I want to take you to Greece because I know it's beautiful. When we get to Greece, you're not gonna be excited. You're gonna be like, I did that already.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I don't want to take you to Greece
You may
now.
still
Because you're not gonna
appreciate it.
because you're not gonna appreciate the efforts. You know what I'm saying? Even if
Well, I wouldn't say that's true, because it's like I could have been to Greece before, but I never went to Greece before with you. You know, because it's like, that's something like we could both experience together. You know, so like I don't know, we could make new memories in Greece with us two. I know the main point isn't Greece. I think they're talking about body count still, or like finding why men prefer ladies with a lower body count. That's why he's bringing up like, oh, if you already have experience, I'm not gonna feel as appreciated. But it's just like they never had that experience with you though. You know what I mean? So it's just like they can still appreciate it though, because they never had that experience with you. If they had, I don't know, I'm not trying to get flat, but you know, if they did it with other people, they never did it with you though. So it's like they can still appreciate the fact that they're able to share that moment with you.
John isn't even let's say John is great in bed, right? But you also had better. You know what I'm saying? And you and John do it, and you're just like I don't want to have sex with you if you're not gonna enjoy it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like get out of here. Like, let me just go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah. That's
I want you to
facts.
enjoy it just as much as me.
That's why I can see where she said like there's an ego thing behind it, because it's just like, well, if you have better, then like I don't really see the point of me because like I'm not the best. That I feel like that's low key an ego thing. Like, oh well, like if you meet somebody who have experience, it's possible like their ex did excel in certain areas that you're not, but it's just like they're still making the active choice to be with you though. It's one thing if Shawty's like has that attitude, or like you with a dude and they have that attitude like, oh, I have better, or like my ex cooked better, or like they did, you know, we had better times in the bed, like, you know what I mean? Like, something they come in with that kind of attitude, but it's like if they're not, I don't really see what the big deal is. Like, am I perfect? Because I just feel like his argument kind of goes out the window. Like, what do you mean? Like, well, if I'm not the best, that statement right there, that doesn't mean you're not good, but it, like, the dude is saying, well, if I'm not the best you ever had, then like, what's the point? Like, does that not sound kind of egocentric? Am I perfect? I feel like that kind of sounds
You appreciate it just as much as me. Or lie. Act like, you know what I mean? Like,
if I'm not the best, like,
But then
But
I don't
what
want
we're
it.
saying is to dismantle your argument, like the way you
No, I know
thought
what
about
you-
it.
no.
It isn't like an ego. We're just
Yeah.
saying that men want to feel appreciated, and also we want to be the first to experience that with you, because that's when you're the most
You know how many
excited.
times you do that with girls because you don't have that first time with them. So it's like, why are you making it sure that I have to be the first one when you've had those few experiences?
no, that's the thing. There's women that show appreciation. There's women that don't. So if you're not going to show me appreciation, whether it's where I'm taking you somewhere or having sex,
She said that. Say that again. You were saying if the woman.
Okay, look. So if
If
this
she
woman
just
was
reversed
giving you
it.
one thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
if this woman was giving you one thing, you go to the next woman and you're telling her like, "This is what I want. This is what I want." She can't give you that. You're like, "All right, well, why can't I get that? Because I got that from this other girl, right?" That's the same way for women. Like, It is.
It's not your first time, yeah.
Like,
No, the difference is
what?
no. She's saying she reversed it. She reversed it, saying that well, women would feel the same way. The difference is that's not true because let's say hypothetically, let's say if me and you, let's say if
we want to be the first everything.
I got you.
We wanna
Watch
be the
this.
First girl that you even put your dick in.
I got you. Watch this. What the woman does is compare lifestyle. So you're not really worried about what I did to the other girl because you know what type of guys women are most attracted to? Guys that have girlfriends. Women are attracted to married men. And you know why they're attracted to these married men, guys that are taken? Because, no, listen. They're attracted to these type of men because they can see that the other girl is getting all of these worldly experiences. She's living a good life, and the woman wants to live that good life. So the woman doesn't feel like, oh, I want to be the first experience. No, she's just worried about you giving her the same experience. That's all she's worried about.
Yeah.
But can I play into that or a little?
Sure.
So you'll take that, right? Say a man's giving me like all this stuff. I'm giving him whatever he wants. At some point, he's tired of me, right? He just gets bored. He goes and finds some random other girl that's giving him those few little things that entertain him, right? But all the other big things she can't give him, which I do, right? I give him the big things, I give him the small things, but he doesn't like my small things. He likes her small things. He likes my big things, right?
I don't know where you're going with this. I see what you're saying, but what you
It's probably because you do. It's probably because you're giving him them things with attitude. Fix your attitude.
No, look, you gotta understand that real quick. Men put girls in two
Always like
categories.
Another girl over his girl because he has to deal with that girl versus her.
No. But you missing it. Men
Just
put girls in two categories. So you have sex zone and relationship zone.
Okay.
He may have a relationship with a girl, but still want to have sex with this other girl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's morally good, but this how
No, but
in
it's
general
true.
men tend to act, right? So it's not to say that he doesn't appreciate his girl. No, he appreciates his girl way more than he appreciate the side chick because he is protecting and providing for his main girl. He's willing to take a bullet for his main girl.
But you'll
But for
always
you,
look for
you would
that
only
one.
listen. For you would only get dick and a goodbye. So if you like that clip and you want to watch,
I'm kind of on the fence with this whole argument. I'm not even gonna lie, like, because I feel like they're saying like women with high body counts are unable to appreciate their man, and it's just like it's one of those things that sounds like speculation. I feel like you have to have like first person experience, or like there needs to be a statistic out there, kind of backing that statement. You know, I feel like just saying that straight up, like, oh, if they have a high body count, they're not going to appreciate me as much. Who says that's true? And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they had sex with other people. They never had it with you. And that alone is appreciation enough. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. To be continued. Thank you for tapping in though. I better catch y'all next time.